I've got to ask you the onerous question first of all, Rich. Any COVID complications that you know about as of yet?
We got tested yesterday, and we get our results. Probably should be usually coming about 9 o'clock tonight. So, yeah, we've got a little bit more of a wait, but so far we've certainly got no one with any symptoms or any family issues, anything like that. Not that I think they'd tell us at this point anyway. But no, we're just waiting for them. Should be about 9 o'clock tonight, mate.
Will it be a bit of a nervous wait?
Not at this moment in time. It might be if we have some inconclusive tests like we've had last couple of weeks. But right at this moment, now we're all pretty good, mate. We had a clean bill of health for training yesterday. You know, with 35 players out there training yesterday. So no, we're all good, mate, on both fronts. Obviously, we've got a game tomorrow night, and then we've got to just finalise this team selection. Really, we know the bulk of it. We've just got a couple of spots to decide on. But now we're all right where we're at. I'm just waiting for the green light from the tests.
Just ask you first of all about tomorrow's game. What do you want to see from the youngsters?
Same again, Catalan. Really, we talk very much about the effort and the toughness and commitment that we'd like to play with. Not sort of focus too much on the big picture. You know, we have some internal standards and areas of the game that we like to be strong in, regardless of the result. And I think that's what we're looking for again. I think the guys got a terrific taste of it last time, came out with a real confidence in the way that they handled the physical nature of the game. So more of the same. You know, we're going to play another top team. We played Catalan last time, and obviously we're playing a team right in the top four. Oh, no, they're not in the top four now. They've dropped out on percentages. But we're playing another team that are obviously challenging up there for the title again. So it'd be a terrific challenge for them. And I know they're looking forward to it.
So you just alluded to before, you've still not settled on your 17 for Wembley?
No, not yet. We're just waiting on see whether Tommy Allroyd has a few to answer from the match review. We're pretty confident that he won't. And we're obviously waiting for, as we've just spoke about, the COVIDs. So we're gonna get all our information in first, James, before we start naming teams. And obviously, I guess disappointing people and giving people the good news. So we're going to wait and get all that in. We should have it in late tonight. And if we don't let our guys know tonight, we'll certainly let them know tomorrow. And then we've got a game Tuesday, and it's just a case of how we got to back anybody up. You know, we're only hoping at the maximum that'll possibly be one spot, but potentially we might not have to do that at all. So fingers crossed.
It's obviously going to be a Challenge Cup final with a difference.
Yeah.
What's going to be key to being that side that wins it this year?
Well, the difference, you know, it's going to be a special occasion regardless. I think, given what the whole game, sport, country has been through, to get the showpiece final on, you know, if you go back to April, May, there probably be some doubt that we'd even get back on the field. So to be able to play in such a magnificent stadium, in such a prestigious game, is a real honour and a privilege from us. And I think it's great for the sport that we get in that. Of course, it's disappointing. Disappointing for the guys that have not experienced it before, that they don't get to walk out in front of, you know, such a massive crowd, and the families don't get to experience it. But nonetheless, as Jamie Jones has pointed out, it will be a final that I guess goes down in history because of the nature of it being behind closed doors. For us, I said it before the semi-final, it's about nailing all the little things again, making sure that fundamentally our defence is in good system. We're nailing our kick chase game. We're completing high. I know that sounds really, really bland, James, to be quite honest. But at the same time, that's what's going to give us a platform to build our game off. So it's important that, you know, in a final, you set the foundation early. You know, you don't want any scoreboard pressure too early in the game where you're chasing a game. I think getting your first contacts under your belt, your first carries, is really important for guys in big games like that.
With your family pedigree, Challenge Cup wise, 2 points. What would it mean to you to touch that trophy? And secondly, has your dad given you any advice yet?
Are we allowed to touch it? Is my first question.
Well, that's it.
Or do we have to get blue gloves on and all that? Does my dad give me advice? No, and he never has done, really. Not since I left home. I think that was the only advice he gave me. Leave home as quick as you can. So no, he doesn't. People naturally assume that, because of his history in the game and the fact he was a coach and a player, for a long period of time, that we have a relationship, that we talk about rugby all the time, and he gives me advice. He never has done. I've always sort of trod my own path. A number of times, I wouldn't say much to his disgust, but I've made my own decisions and been prepared to stand and fall by him. And he's always allowed me to do that, and never, if I get it right or I get it wrong, does he come after the fact and pick me up on it. He just lets me get on with it, and is at the point in his life now where, he just sits back and watches and sort of enjoys it, really. So no, there's no sort of massive advice coming from him. He's all pretty relaxed about it, and really, it's not about me, James. I'm lucky enough that I've experienced these occasions before. I'll never take it for granted. It's always a wonderful time, but I'm more excited for our boys on many different levels. We got some young players in there that, it's their first time in an occasion like this. We've got some right at the other end of the scale that, Gailey, we mentioned it before the semi-final, it's Luke's, 32-year-old. It's his first Challenge Cup final. Rob Louis, you'll throw into that too. The Australian guys get to experience something that doesn't occur in the NRL, a Challenge Cup. They have the Premiership, but they don't have the Knockout Cup competition. So for all them reasons, mate, the fact that we're off 2 tough years for a club like this, they've had 2 very, very tough years. So to be able to, I guess, turn the corner and within 12 months find ourselves in the top 4 and in a Challenge Cup final, I'm really pleased for the people internally here. So, I'll play my part in it for sure. But for me, the fact that I'm not having to worry about hotel rooms, I'm not having to worry about tickets for extended friends and family, it's going to be all business for us. And part of it, that while we are missing out on the crowd, there is an element for me that it's just enabled us to completely maintain our focus on what's important and not have what is usually quite a lot of external distractions.
Just finally from me, Rich, Rob Burrow, obviously we know sadly can't be there, but how much of a motivation will he be for the guys on Saturday?
Well, he's very close to a lot of people within our organisation. Kevin, Jace Davidson, that are on our staff, Chris Black, our conditioner. There's a lot of people in and around the staff that have obviously been with Rob for many, many years. He's also coached a number of our younger players coming up through the academy and been a teammate of a number of them as well. So, yeah, he's a special person within our group, and I think there's a strong desire and motivation to I guess add a bit of significance to it, if you like.